Good evening.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Namaskar,
Yes.
sir.
After a long time, at least from Public Relations Society of India, Kolkata chapter, we are organizing such kind of webinar. And during this uh, lockdown period, we organized more than 60 webinars. And
Oh,
it
that's good.
was sometimes entertainment show, sometimes very serious show, sometimes chat show. So today with us, very eminent educationist, and right now he is the principal, uh, uh, Dr. B.C. Roy Engineering College, Durgapur, and with us, Dr. Sanjay S. Pawar. So welcome to this show, Dr. Pawar, here in
Thank
Public
you, sir.
Relations
My
Society
pleasure.
of India, Kolkata chapter. And
My pleasure to be a part of this.
thank you. So how is there in Durgapur? How
Yeah,
long you were there in Durgapur?
yeah. I'm there since last December. I can say so. Sorry, covered around 6 to 7 months here, approximately. Enjoying the hospitality of West Bengal and Durgapur happily.
Okay. So did you taste the rasgulla and mishti doi?
Of course, that was my first instance. Whenever came here, that was being offered to me, and I really enjoyed that.
Right. So the Bengal's culture, Bengal's food taste, it is totally different. I think you had your, I think last study at IIT Mumbai.
Yeah, I was in IIT Mumbai in 2010. Actually, I had
2000.
spent around 6 to 7 years MTech during MTech also from 96 to 98, and last 5 years from 2004 5 to 2010 during my PhD in Department of Electrical Engineering IIT Bombay.
Yes, yes. I have deliberately not introduced you in a very formal style because our conversation will bring all these things, your school
Yes.
days, your college days, and even the this naughty boy students. How many naughty boys you are getting at Durgapur?
Yeah, many. In fact, and that is actually a challenging and also it's enjoying. It's everything should be naughty because unless until those things are there, initiatives or some kind of innovation doesn't come into picture. So of course they are welcome with up to certain limit and certain level also, but it should be.
Right, right. You are also the founding director of BCREC, Artificial Intelligence and Emerging Technology. So tell
Yes, sir.
us something about that thing, how you got involved, and what are the current initiatives there.
Yeah. So what I thought is actually when I joined this institute, my I think within a week itself, I was being invited to a digital transformation conference in ISCO SAIL, and there I had given a talk on artificial intelligence and 5G, private 5G in smart manufacturing. So that time onwards, I thought is can we have something which is equivalent to corporate culture as well as taking care of the needs from the engineering college point of view. So the gap between these two things, I thought to bring it through this BCREC Artificial Intelligence and Emerging Technology Foundation. And here we plan to undertake the projects from the various sectors. So presently we have been involved with Sales Steel Authority of India, approximately 5 to 6 plants and 5 to 6 projects in digital transformation, computer vision, artificial intelligence. We are also involved with some kind of a social problems rather than social problems. I can say social project related to transformation or a transport system in the cities and working on a model where there can be a green corridor using AI, where each and every traffic signal can be integrated with a central control with just like a software defined networking, etc. Which presently I think similar work is going on in Delhi also and in Bangalore also. So on the same the thing we are working on that. And of course, our intention is to bring the students and faculties into the mainstream of a market and knowing them into what is happening in the market and what are their knowns, present models available, present systems available, and training into the areas where if they feel something gaps are
So it's definitely very much interesting, and obviously, in the future date, you will create more interesting projects. And All this artificial intelligence and IoTs are now, I think, the need of the hour, I think, because when the 5G technology is coming and you have also mastered this, I mean, teaching experience and also ex- you have done so many experience on 5G. So, how do you see the future of this artificial intelligence, 5G, vis-a-vis IoT, the integration of everything in human life?
There are all these technologies now, multiple emerging technologies are there. They do not come in an independent manner. So each of them require a support of each other. So what is also important is if you think I am only working on 5G, that may not be a correct. I also should have a knowledge of artificial intelligence. I also should have a knowledge of what is cloud and cloud native. I also should have a knowledge of what is IoT, what things are going on, because they are integrated to each other. Maybe you might be an expert in one domain, but connectivity and understanding of each domains are necessary. Now, when all this technology comes into picture is, of course, the demand of an human being, the demand from the nature point of view, the demand from the market point of view has been increasing. And to take care of this demand and prove these things, these technologies are very important. So when I say 5G, again, IoT, when the smart manufacturing is there, I require IoT devices which are to be connected to my central cloud with respect to very high speed network. Or sometimes if it is manufacturing, I call that as a private 5G within that domain itself. Similarly, it is not possible for me to have all the hardware structure, so I can hire a cloud-based system where all these things comes into picture. And because of these activities and because of this artificial intelligence and networking, or some more terms are there, which is called as software-defined networking, network function virtualization. The flexibility which was not previously available, that is being brought into this one. And because of this flexibility, the efficiency of the system and particular maybe operations are coming into picture actually. And that's the reason, or I'll tell you one of the example specifically from a 5G point of view. Probably in LT version or 4G version, when you wanted to start certain services, it usually used to take configuring your towers or configure your network, etc. Maybe let's say 15 days to 1 month, etc. But with the private 5G or 5G, you simply have a devices called as a plug and play. It's a question of 3 hours to start any new business or new initiative or new application in case of a 5G architecture, and it's allied applications, I can say. So this is what direct impact we can say in terms of starting any initiative from the business point of view and the applications point of
Interesting. And I have a supplementary question. We are talking about the 5G, we are talking about the artificial intelligence, we are talking about the IoT. Are we fully prepared? Our nation is fully prepared with the data connectivity. The one thing is infrastructure oriented question, another one is the affordability. What is your take on it?
view. So as far as affordability is considered, 5G itself is being coming into picture because it is an affordable one. The cost wise, the green, I can say the cost wise as well as the efficiency green wise, there have been multiple aspects where the 5G is being considered, specifically power saving point of view. As far as infrastructure, the big names, when you say already infrastructure is being laid and the planning has been started since last maybe 4 to 5 years also. And they are waiting for a government to give an initiative to take care of this one. But the backend as a major players are there. They have been working on a research. They have been working on almost all aspects and for this launching. So as far as operators are considered, of course they are ready. As far as consumers are considered, we are ready. But some kind of an initiative is to be made for the third party which are in between these two cases. That awareness is very important, and probably in a Western world which has been already started, and we can take an experience of those things or offers the services have been offered in the Western world, take those initiatives, and based upon what is the culture in India and whatever the applications and models are available, I think we should be able to launch this, and there should not be a difficulty in this case.
Yes. I have another question.
Yes.
India is a big country, and we are not exactly the superpower, but we are a very respectable power in the political scenario, international scenario. So, how is our telecom density, the penetration of telephone data, and how the scenario is being dominated by the large players or the medium players? How we are doing?
Yeah.
Is it up
So
to the
we
mark, or we
yes, sir.
have more things to do, many things to push?
Yeah, we have many things to push. In fact, as I said, probably we are a bit late by, say, 1 year for launching a 5G, which international deadline was 2020, and probably people have started using, and the penetration has reached to 40% in outside world. And when it is delayed again, of course, what happens is the efficiency, the penetration, the effective utilizations, and returns also are will be bit late. But let's say not that far. And what important advantage we have is the data, the density of a people. And as the usage go on increasing, in fact, some of the responses or some of the experimentation can be carried in India because of the penetration and the density of the people which we have, which in outside world may not get, and some this kind of an example also. So this is an advantage for us. That is the reason why telecom companies are looking towards India for this purpose actually. And we have an advantage, and we should look from our advantage point of view. Yeah, of course, maybe technology wise we are maybe somewhat lagging. It's not a very far, but somewhat. But I think we have a strength to cover this gap, and our people technocrats should be able to do that.
Now I'm coming to exactly one situation where not about your institution directly, but tell me something that whether an engineering college in Jalpaiguri or engineering college at Bankura or engineering college at Bahrampur or Durgapur, that is an advantage for the students or the guardians, or with much light on the Kolkata engineering colleges, Jadavpur University, Shivpur and IEM and other engineering colleges. Do you think this is a disadvantage for the district engineering colleges, or the excellence in education and the placement is a actual parameter where the guardians and students are driven?
Sir, as far as my experience is considered, as the technology era is being changing, and probably it should not matter to me whether I'm in Mumbai, I'm in New York, London, or Durgapur or Bankura, till my infrastructure facilities, specifically the connectivity and some kind of a computing is there with me. So even sitting in Durgapur, I can take care of a clients which are at the international level. Only the thing what is to be understood at this level is what is expectations of the performance and professionalism that is required, and to tune our mindset to that purpose and that area, which can have a conviction, yes, I can do and we will do, we'll be able to. So metros or those things should not matter till all these things are there. And in fact, some of or even corporate sectors are now moving from the metros to the tier 2 and tier 3 cities, because all these things you are having, probably the cost of living in metros is high, the cost of living at a tier 2 tier 3 is less, but you get a very good quality technocrats, you good quality time period, etc., which can be converted into an efficient to serve the people either in the national level or at an international level. And I have an example where a guy from US has set up his company in a rural part and being trained Jilla Parishad schools and colleges, which are some kind of a technology, and he's been taking internship from them and giving a live project in that area. So it's not the case that it is not done, it is live presently going on. And as I said, it's not far away, it's live going on, and everyone and anyone can do by understanding the structure.
One thing, definitely one student is going for engineering education or pharma education or BCA, BBA management, but except the curriculum prescribed by the universities, various universities, maybe Macaut or other universities where you are affiliated, do you give any emphasis on the skill development, on the vocabularies and other skill sets? This is one question. And do you also give any emphasis on the people who want to start up something of their own, the entrepreneurship, which is becoming a national pride?
So one thing is As far as syllabus is concerned, of course, all of us have gone through the various system. I myself was a part of a chairperson of a board of studies in various branches, IT, telecom, actually, for the last 15 years and so on. Yeah, I understand what we think in a board, probably reflecting that may not be 100%. Some things goes on. But now some guidelines has been given by AICT saying that they had reduced the academic load by, let's say, 60%, and they had kept 40% for your self-development. So what is important for the students to understand when they are taking admission into these professional colleges is that they need not consider that this is a particular syllabus. This is only what is called as a threshold to reach, but there is 40% extra to earn extra skills, extra knowledge, extra technology as per their interest. And that interest might be anything. If I'm a mechanical engineer, I can go into the cyber security. If I'm a chemical engineer, I can go from the automation point of view. If I'm a computer science engineer, I can develop an ideas in IoT. So this kind of a flexibility has been provided by a university as well as AICT. Only people need to understand this and tap this one. Second thing is, what is also important is visualize the future technologies. Next 10 years, what is going to happen? I should peak my technical skill and technology based upon what is expected at the right time. So identifying those which would be guided by the institutions and the industry and the projects or the atmosphere that is going into the institute, that would help a student a lot to ensure those cases. And of course, entrepreneurship, one of the reason, as I mentioned, even if I'm at Durgapur or some other Bakura place, etc., rather than Mumbai and so on, even starting of an entrepreneurship should not be a difficulty if the same thought process is there, same infrastructure is there, same attitude is there. Sitting at Durgapur itself, even today, I take care of what is the happening in New York. I take care of what is the market status in London, UK, etc. Everything, and based upon that, I still know what are the trends going on in artificial intelligence, what are the startups happening in artificial intelligence. So having the connectivity and as I said, infrastructure means, now I mean to say connectivity and computing. It is very easy for me to think what is world is requiring and work for that one. And I really will get a very good and dedicated people at this level also, at this area also, which only thing is that to understand the model and ensure to confirm that okay, I can do and we will be able to do that one. This information and this atmosphere has already been started to be created and everywhere. And this is what the make in India concept or maybe entrepreneurship approach is there. And even AICT as well as government of India is advertising this for almost all engineering colleges.
I will go definitely. We have been chatting since long, 17, 18 minutes. A bit different taste. So, what is your pastime? Music, book reading, playing guitar, or jogging?
As far as pastime, I love a strategic defenses. Actually, I interact with some kind of a discussion with the strategic defenses. Actually, specifically with list to national interest. I play sometimes music. I listen to the music of Kishore Kumar and say Marathi bhajans, etc. Plus, sometime previously, I
So
used to have a mouth organ,
can
playing
we
mouth organ.
expect some humming from you?
Oh, yeah, not at this moment, but yeah, but
Okay.
I play some kind of a not a very I can say fluent one, but my time pass, my own time pass is mouth organ. Sometimes I play with the Kishore Kumar songs,
Mouth organ?
etc. Yeah,
Okay, great.
and
So,
reading newspapers, news. I am a fond of news analysis, so I should be able to discuss any topic anywhere, anytime, any amount of time. So that's what I am fond of
that's
those
evident.
cases.
And you know that I was not prepared what I'm going to ask you, and just came blank, and I started talking to you. That's like you know, you can handle any situation. I also thought that you can manage me if I fail because you are more knowledgeable in driving in the emerging technologies. So another embarrassing question I am going to put, that is, you came 6 7 months back in Durgapur, and what are the good things you noticed there, and what are the not bad? I will tell what are the things you wanted to improve. It's embarrassing. You can just say
No, no,
that I
it's
want
fine,
to
fine.
avoid or I want to answer. That's up to you. Your prerogative.
So good thing I see here is when I was in Mumbai, I used to spend I say 1 hour 45 minutes one way travel. So two way from my house to this was about three hours. When in Mumbai, you always think of 5 minutes, 6 minutes. When you are wasting a time, oh, it is gone with a very that preciseness we work actually and so on. That kind of a culture I would like to bring here, and you have a lot of time. So valuing the time is very important here, and converting that time into an efficient professional outcome. That's what I'm looking from the people here actually, and that's what I have learned in Mumbai. Not to waste time. I rather than say waste time, it should be a constructive time. So effective utilization of constructive time. That is what I'm looking from the people here, and I have very good people, well experienced people. Have an average maybe 15 to 16 years average experience in teaching with a postgraduate. So I'm just utilizing those potential human resources where I can effectively use from the development point of view.
Right. So the challenge was never, you never failed. That's the challenge. You made it very smooth, and so I can conclude, or I can have some I mean, inference out of it. The education system is very good in West Bengal, or do you think that the national education policy, which is going to be adopted in near future in full swing, there it will have more impact on the development and growth of the students' career? Present generation of students, while they are getting admitted, the first question they ask, what is the placement record of this institution? Is it a good culture? What is the fees? Or how is the old, like which companies came here, whether the marketing should be on that part or the marketing should be on the excellence of the education and the way you are telling the staff are good, the infrastructure is good for any engineering college. I'm not asking about specifically your engineering college. I know that your engineering college is old engineering college, I think more than 25 years, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, yes, yes. More 20
Yeah.
years, 20 to 23 years, of course. Yeah.
Yes, and
So as far
I
as
yes, I
yeah,
was
please
in
continue.
BSNL. I found people passed from there that company. They're working under TCS and then switched over to British Telecom. So I came across so many students, bright students came out of your organization. Yes, please.
As far as any institution is considered or as a parent or a student, if I ask what we look towards the institution, placement is there, but placement nowadays, what we usually tell to the student is you have an opportunity in local manufacturing, you have an opportunity at national level, you have an opportunity to at international level also. But the requirement and expectation at these levels are different. So you simply need to understand what are the expectations at these cases and need to prepare with respect to this expectation. Of course, most of the institutions are offering this I can say infrastructure as well as the opportunities also, but it is up to you how to do in this case. I'll tell you an example where one of the engineering college, I can say in Mumbai, not in a central Mumbai, but rural, I can say around 120 kilometers of Mumbai. It's what was not was a very high class institute, but the student there had created an innovative application which sparked to the Google and he got an offer from the Google. So what is more important is visualize yourself, have a high aims also. Simple placement is not sufficient. Anyone, probably if you are having an average also, you will get a placement. But there is more than the placements also. Or whenever the placement comes into picture, if you serve for 10 years, whatever, you will always feel that, okay, if you can have your own business, that should be very better as compared to serving. So think on these aspects, the opportunities or the what is called as statutory bodies, they are there, just like AICT, university. They have been creating a lot of opportunities, ladders for all these opportunities. Need to identify, have some kind of a guidance, tap the opportunities and work for the future itself. So that is what I think placement and all these things are there. You will get if you are an average or above certain average also, but only placement is not sufficient. Think of next 20, 30 years also and what you would like to do. And based upon that, if you can plan your goals and achievements, that should make a difference.
Right. We got on a very interesting question I saw on the screen. Jai Shankar, wonderful discussion. How does the student compare the quality of education resources, meaning lectures, between tier 2 or 3 locations versus tier 1 locations?
Yeah, again, the same thing. I don't think there is a difference between tier 1 and tier 2 as far as I have experience actually. It's a difference between how do you evaluate a subject, how do you teach a subject. Whether it is tier 2 or tier 3, you have mixed kind of professors also. The way in which the explanation is done, and that depends upon that. Even you have a very good experience kind of a professor at tier 2 also, which can explain everything in a better manner. Of course, I think accordingly, the opportunity from the practical aspects and market point of view might be bit more in tier 1, but I do not say deny that there are no opportunities in tier 2. Even teachers need to tap this opportunity and grab this and go up to that level.
Right. Now we will come on our specific topic, future of emerging technologies. So I think here you will love the topic when I suggested the future of technology. That when the discussion topic goes to a technology person, he will definitely love. And what is your first take? The topic is future of emerging technologies and education initiatives in India. So it's a two-part. The topic has two parts. You can give your, I mean, the take on. You can. What's your take on the two parts of the topic?
They are linked to each other. One, let me start with the first emerging technology. When an education system happens here is, of course, you need to have a basic and you need to visualize in the future also. So depending upon whether you are a part of a electrical or maybe computer science or IoT, what is more important in future again is they are not having a fixed boundary. So they are to be interrelated. So you always need to have some kind of a group or the managerial skill of a group of people who are expert in almost all areas. So with this case, you will be able to have some kind of a definite products. So as an example, let's say I'm working on 5G, private 5G or 6G. Some of them are in IoT, some of them are cloud native, uh, some of them are microsystems, container based uh, hardware things actually. So these are the technologies which are to be visualized, and what is more important in this case is what these do give. What are the essence? What are the properties of this? And by using this, how I can serve myself, my society, my nation, make in India. Always have a make in India, whatever it may be. So out of this, which are these technologies which I can utilize to solve the problems? So we have been working, as I said, I'm working here on multiple manufacturing industries from the digital transformation point of view. So I need this one actually, but this is my present need. I need not stop here. I should also think on what is happening in next 5 to 10 years, where the world is going in next to 10 years, and whether the same thing will happen, and what are the resources required, what are the way with which I can fine tune and reach to the knowledge of that particular purpose, and what is my ecosystem also in my area, my state, and my country. If you can have a track records of this one, probably your system and organization can have a connectivity and with the development of a sync with the national and international goals. As far as education system or maybe education system, of course, technologies are there, various initiatives has been taken, and uh, of course, everyone everywhere will not be 100% perfect institutions, but the thing should start with the sharing of resources also. So what is also important is uh, we have various organizations in this area. So if we can share this expertise, because replicating the resources is a time consuming, cost consuming for each of us. If these resources can be utilized, expertise can be utilized, and cooperative basis, it should make a difference. So various entities have been there from the probably I think government of India has started various initiatives with respect to that, and people are utilizing this one. NPTEL is there, national repositories are there, various activities are there. Each of us, institutions, faculties, organizations, students, parents, should understand what are the availabilities and utilize this in a proper.
Right. So you are not the principal of Dr. B.C. Roy Engineering College, Durgapur. Hypothetical question. You are principal of not any West Bengal based engineering college, but you are advisor to the students. Then why you will recommend the students of Dhanbad or Durgapur, Bardhaman, Kolkata to go to Dr. B.C. Roy Engineering College as an independent person? What are the excellent things are there?
So thought process and future vision is very important. So the reason in this case is, again, what kind of a degree you are getting, what kind of an experience you are getting. And engineering is not about getting a BTech degree. Engineering is molding yourself to the requirement of the society, requirement of the state, nation, international level. So what opportunities I'm getting to this, and whether this exposure is there or not, whether these opportunities are there or not, based upon that, I would like to guide in this way actually. And that's what each and every institutions has to take care with respect to that. Understand what are the requirements, create an atmosphere, and try to achieve those keys, and have such kind of an atmosphere with respect to this.
You have answered and you have not answered because the question was very critical, very embarrassing. I know deliberately I put this embarrassing question. And now I will ask you another thing. The educational initiatives for the future of emerging technologies in India, sufficient, insufficient, or moderate?
Resources are there, but the infrastructure and the cost wise is bit higher. But whatever is available, those things people should effectively utilize. And whenever the need things arises, opportunities and the fundings are available. So specifically, I say AI in AI ML, which is requiring a computing, high computing, which requires a lot of investment. Quantum computing, which requires real time if we are working to that one, but the simulators are available. So concept wise, the things can be done here. And when you reach to the professional level, there will be an organization which will be able to fund if the ideas and concept and your design is perfect and so. So there is no lack of the resources available, but thought process, design aspect, understanding those, and preparing a working on a simulating model is important.
Do you think any regional bias or policy bias that these kind of initiatives or impetus are given to Western region states or Eastern region states or Northern region states? If I belong to Northern India, I get more opportunity. If I belong to Northeastern states, less opportunity. Whether there is inequality in distributing the knowledge platforms?
I don't think so. When distribution of knowledge platforms, probably it started long before, maybe when five IITs were there and which have been distributed in almost all regions. Similarly, other IITs and NITs and other institutions are coming equally in the all the areas. Of course, the industrialization, the high-tech companies or infotech companies that are coming into picture depends upon the policies of a government and state government also, or even the local government, what these things are there preparing. So syncing with this is very important, and creating an atmosphere. But as far as I understand, again, repeating the same thing, wherever I am there, if I have an intention, if I have knowledge, and if I have an attitude, I can tap, forget about India, I can tap with resources from the outside world also.
Right. And maybe we are approaching to the closer of our show. Already 35 minutes gone. We will have another 4 5 minutes. Shovik Chandra, can parents prepare the students from an early stage concept, wise say from the primary level before embarking on higher education?
Yeah. So I have been in teaching field, teaching professional industrial field, maybe teaching, I can say 30 years, some kind of a research and industrial field last 15 years, as well as my initial part of teaching was there, professional life was in industry.
Hmm.
The attitude of the students from learning has been changing, assuming Google supplies me everything. This has to be changed at the primary level. The concept of understanding, the concept of learning probably has to be continued what was there in a older version. I still remember when I was during my previous years of BTech, for one subject we used to refer 5 to 6 book, and in each book we used to tell which topic is good in which book. Either it is in engineering or let's say primary level or other things also. Uh, Probably I'm not aware of the primary level, but the learning methodologies, initiatives, and opportunities, if they have a large scope, and the what is being learned, what is being understood rather than memorized, if those understanding is there, those concept based upon the requirement of the higher education is there, the things would change. I'm telling an example because I also have a PhD students, which I think if those things were been clear in at a basic level of school or a 12th standard, probably things would have been improved at the highest level also. So those scope or I can say the scale I can imagine, and I still think some kind of a changes rather than changes, initiatives in thought process in the system has to be taken.
So I think Shobhi got the right kind of vibes while the answer has been given. So this is a general thing. It may attract to your institution also. How the recruiters come to the engineering colleges when they recruit, whether they're aware of the past records that good students are there, good learning is there, good talent is there, how they come and they recruit the talents from your institute primarily and from other institutes.
Again, is depending upon at what level they require the students, it depends upon them. So if the developer is there, or some kind of a business strategies are there, or some kind of a HR roles, or the project managers are there, they look for the BTech people. If some research oriented are there, probably they will look from some other institutions point of view. If business initiatives or new initiatives are to be thought some kind. So what recruiters look into is what is the target, what is the mass requirement required, and most important, what they look into is how I can mold the people as per the requirement of the company. Specifically, how fast I can teach the student and how fast he can adapt to the requirements of the company, etc. So this is what the topmost things on an average the consulting firm looks into. But when I say core engineering, of course they are from the long-term basis point of view, and of course students also depending upon the interest. If they are toppers, and of course they may not go to the consulting point, but they can go to the core engineering. So it's up to the interest of the students also, where they visualize sorry, the future, or from the companies also, where they want to take a students for what purpose, whether from the long term point of view, the vision and the selection of the students and the category and institution is different, as well as other things also.
So I'm coming back to our topic, the future of emerging technologies and educational initiatives in India. Whether that will be that will give a tremendous growth to the Indian country in respect to employment generation, in respect to gaining more IT strength or advancement in development of agricultural or industry or other things. How do you see this education is important for the overall growth of the country?
It is there. So when we discuss any field, it's not only the IT field is important. All my core engineering are equally important, and the contribution to core engineering is should be there from equally all kind of a people actually. And I'm sure there will be many people who are interested in core engineering also. So because it's not only the computing and software engineering, my country or my all other things can work also. I have infrastructure developments. I have companies that is building of a companies are there. I have some kind of a civil engineering, chemical engineering. So what is important is in future, what is the development, what is the market, what is the requirement from the future point of view. Of course, that matters a lot. And preparing my young generation with respect to the futuristic requirement for next 20-25 years, as our prime minister has said again same thing, how do I ensure that we reach to a developed nation by 2047. So understanding those goals, preparing a backend, the infrastructure, the knowledge society, and other things. Of course, maybe agriculture, because the food security issues are there, the storage issues are there, the energy security issues are there. Energy is very important because I think more than required, our percentage of GDP is spent on energy sector. So these are the fields where we need to look into, concentrate into climate change, sustainability, identify those cases, and have an equal contribution of equal people in this all areas. What is role of an government is to say that okay, there are equal opportunities. In this case, it's not only IT or something else. So the overall development of an each and every things will come into picture.
So now I will come to your very favorite topic when you guide students for future research. How many students right now personally you are guiding, and in which discipline they're doing their research? And how do you find this, guidance job more exciting than the administration as a principal?
So, research and technical things are my first passion, and I will continue irrespective of being an administrator and so on. That will be my top job, talking to the students, uh, informing them what is going in industries and what is going at the international market, what are the future research activities going on, speaking to them. Probably I have started to speaking to my faculties as well as students from the 6G point of view. Though 5G has not rolled out, but the thought process of 6G is going on, quantum computing is going on, uh, narrow intelligence, super intelligence, general intelligence, those things are going on. So visualizing those and what is required from them, and of course, BTech student, maybe a MTech students or PhD students, very less things are there, but at least understanding the overall structure of a research world and picking up one model is also important. So if they are also contributing a simple patch or simple work contributing to whole model and understand what is their contribution, should make a difference. So even if there is a BTech students or MTech or PhD, what is a goal and which part they can contribute. Applications point of view, when I say AI ML, they consist of computer science as well as application also. Whether I am interested in developing an algorithm with its efficiency and models, or whether I'm interested in knowing what is available and utilizing this for my purpose. So understanding those are important, and of course, in both the areas, research are there, business development operations are there, operation support systems are there. How do you contribute to that from the efficiency, money, and savings point of view? That makes a difference.
So I'll request our studio to show whether any questions are there. Further questions. We already flashed two questions. If there are more questions, let's see. And if that is the questions are not there, then I'll request Dr. Power that whether he'll be enjoying the Durga Puja in West Bengal or going back to his native place.
I will be enjoying a Durga Puja in West Bengal this time.
West Bengal. So
Yeah.
definitely Rasgulla, Mishti Doi, Durga Puja, and the Bengali flavor of Durga Puja. I think we have, I think not even a month is there, 22, 23 days left before Durga
Yes,
Puja.
certainly.
And
Yes.
from this platform, how do you address the students, the advice, be it in engineering, be it in any graduation course or MBA course? What is your two, 3 points any students of any discipline they should keep in mind?
Most important thing when I am repeating this thing is an analytical and mathematical approach. Many times, even in engineering, people think that though they are taking engineering as a subject, but the mathematical and analytical approach will surely help them in a future, not only from passing point of view, but all the future things are related to the mathematical approach. So you should have a strong mathematics interest also. Second thing is, whatever you are learning, understand the market trends actually. So how much business or market is there in the future? How much billion market is there at national level, international level in the area that you are working? So this also will tell you again in future where you can work more, where you can get money more, where you can have an interest. Of course, when you are thinking from the entrepreneurship point of view. So this is, I feel, of course, these two trends should make a difference. And third thing is, more important is whether the subject or whether this job is good or that job is good is not important. Whichever job you get, you like it, make it best from that point of view, and always there will be a ladder to move ahead from that one. What is important, prove that you are capable and you are worth to that all the things whatever you are taking as an assignment. That's all.
Thank you, Dr. Power. We have been chatting since last 45 minutes. Different spin balls, bouncers, soft, hard, everything. You handled so well. That's your maturity. And the last 3 points you gave a general advice to the students, be engineering students or other students, mathematics. And I can feel that when I got admitted in 1976, Jadavpur University, and I'm also a student of mathematics and worked in a telecom company for the last 36 years. So I can equate that knowingly or unknowingly, I was on the right path, because today I'm just having your thought process and my thought process, that I have not done the BTech from Jadavpur University, but the mathematics is very important in getting all the result which should be driven in a proper way. So zero is the hero of mathematics, I always say.
Yes,
And
yes,
today, once again, after 1976, I found that mathematics is also mathematical analysis and ability
okay.
that is very important in life and logical. So thank you very much. And you, Dr. Power, gave us insights about so many things. The topics was something, and we could discuss many areas. He may be principal of Dr. B.C. Roy Engineering College, and definitely we got such an illustrious a person with such illustrious career, who also donned the hat of President IEEE Mumbai. We have not discussed, but definitely in future
Not a
we will
president. I
have.
was a actually, to make the correction, I was a communication society chairperson.
Oh,
Communication
communication
society
society.
of
Acha,
IEEE. Yeah,
acha.
I was a
So
ComSoc chairperson of IEEE Bombay State.
oh, so that's good. And this forum is also regarding the Communication Public Relations Society of India, 64-year-old national body, and we are from the Kolkata chapter Public Relations Society of India. And we are happy to host you. And we had some exciting discussions, and hope from this the students, the faculties, and the parents will be benefited with much points in their. They can have more thoughts while sending their students to any engineering college, maybe Dr. B.C. Roy, or from to any other colleges. But the discussion, the content, and the quality of content is very important in any discussion. And I think we could do that thing. So the last closing remarks from Dr. Power.
Yeah, I enjoyed the discussion. In fact, it was a natural flow and expression what is expected, a natural thought process also. It was not a pre-planned, again, as you also said, and even my flow was also the things whatever I thought, whatever I had experienced through my professional life since last 30 years, that I shared. I hope my experience or whatever my thought process are there will be useful for the students and parents to take decision. Again, I'm repeating the same thing. Any branch is not a good or bad. The interest you have, you make it, and all kinds of jobs are available to you. What is up to you to reach and prepare yourself to reach particular to that particular job. That's what at the end I can say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And signing off today. After a long, long break, we hosted today's webinar. And the webinar, I enjoyed the webinar. You also told enjoyed the webinar. So I have never been to your campus. So I hope in future I'll be able to visit your campus and have a cup of coffee with you, or
Yeah,
tea.
you're always welcome. You're always welcome anytime. Our
So
team can
thank you
take
very
care of
much.
this, your
And
logistics.
yeah, thank you. Thank you to our viewers who watched for the last 50 minutes. So good night to everybody, and wait for the next show to come in. Thank you very much.